Shockwaves spread across the Middle East when Iran launched a wave of ballistic missiles toward Israel, triggering massive explosions in Tel Aviv and sending air raid sirens echoing across one of the region's most densely populated cities. Iranian military forces were identified as the actor. The action was a coordinated missile strike, and the target was Tel Aviv, the economic and strategic heart of Israel. In what Tran described as a decisive escalation, Iranian officials immediately claimed the attack was not only successful, but highly precise, asserting that key strategic sites inside the city had been struck with accuracy. According to Iranian state media, the attack was part of a calculated operation designed to demonstrate Iran's growing missile capabilities and its willingness to directly confront Israel on its own territory. Iranian state television reported that multiple advanced missiles were launched and synchronized, waves overwhelming Israeli air defense systems and striking what they described as high-value targets. Military commanders speaking on Iranian broadcasts described the strike as a turning point, claiming it proved that no part of Israel was beyond reach. Within minutes, dramatic footage began circulating across international networks, with explosions lighting up the night sky over Tel Aviv. Iranian outlets claimed that several missiles successfully penetrated Israeli defenses, while others forced interceptor systems into continuous engagement. Before we go deeper into what Iran claims happened during the strike, how the attack unfolded, and what Israel is now saying about the damage in Tel Aviv, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the latest updates on the most dramatic geopolitical developments happening around the world. According to Iranian military officials, the operation was carried out using a combination of medium-range ballistic missiles and precision-guided systems designed to evade radar detection and interception. Iranian state television reported that the missiles were launched from multiple locations, creating what commanders described as a multi-vector attack intended to stretch Israeli defenses to their limits. Statements released by Iranian military spokesmen suggested that the strike was carefully timed to exploit vulnerabilities during late-night hours. Iranian officials claimed that the missiles targeted specific installations in Tel Aviv that they described as linked to Israeli military command and intelligence operations. According to Iranian state media, these included communication hubs, coordination centers, and facilities, clears throat, allegedly connected to cyber operations. Military commanders described the strike as surgical, insisting that it was not aimed at civilians, but at what they called strategic nodes within Israel's security infrastructure. The justification for the attack, according to Iranian officials, was framed as retaliation. Iranian state television reported that the strike was a direct response to recent Israeli actions targeting Iranian interests and allied forces across the region. Iranian political figures stated that the message was clear: any escalation against Iran would be met with a direct response. According to Iranian media, the symbolic meaning of the strike extended far beyond physical damage. It represented a shift in the rules of engagement. The importance of Tel Aviv cannot be overstated. Located along Israel's Mediterranean coastline, the city is not only the country's economic center, but also a critical hub for technology, finance, and elements of national security coordination. According to regional analysts, Tel Aviv plays a significant role in supporting Israel's defense and intelligence operations behind the scenes. According to defense experts speaking to international media, the city hosts a network of facilities that contribute to intelligence gathering, cyber capabilities, and command coordination. While many of these installations are not publicly detailed, analysts have long pointed out that the city's importance makes it a potential target in any large-scale conflict. The concentration of infrastructure, population, and economic power means that even limited disruption can have wide-reaching effects. Military analysts have long warned that Tel Aviv would be among the first targets in any escalation involving Iran and Israel, not only because of its symbolic value, but also because of its strategic importance. The city represents both visibility and vulnerability. According to regional security experts, any successful strike on Tel Aviv would send a powerful signal about the attacker's ability to bypass advanced defense systems. Before we continue with how Israel has responded to these claims and what analysts are saying about what really happened, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the latest updates on the most dramatic geopolitical developments happening around the world. Then Israel began to respond. Israeli defense officials confirmed that missiles had indeed been launched toward Tel Aviv, acknowledging that air raid sirens were activated and defensive systems were deployed across the city. However, their description of the event differed sharply from the Iranian narrative. According to Israeli military sources, the majority of incoming missiles were intercepted by the country's multi-layered air defense systems. Statements released by the Israeli Defense Forces indicated that while some debris and fragments fell within parts of the city, the overall impact was limited. Israeli officials emphasized that critical infrastructure remained intact and that essential services continued to operate. According to Israeli government spokesman, emergency response teams were deployed immediately, and the situation was brought under control. According to Israeli defense officials, the attack did not achieve the level of damage described by Iranian media. Military sources stated that key facilities remained operational and that defense systems performed effectively under pressure. Israeli authorities also highlighted that civilian warning systems functioned properly, allowing residents to take shelter before impacts occurred. This stark difference between the two narratives immediately sparked debate across the global security community. On one side, Iran was portraying the strike as a major military success and a demonstration of its growing capabilities. On the other side, Israel was insisting that the attack had been largely neutralized and that its defenses had prevented significant damage. Military analysts immediately began assessing what this incident means within the broader context of the ongoing tensions. According to regional experts, the strike represents a clear step up the escalation ladder, moving from indirect confrontation to direct attacks on major urban centers. The shift significantly increases the risk of a wider regional conflict. According to defense analysts speaking to international outlets, one of the key questions is whether this attack will trigger further retaliation. Some experts suggest that Israel may feel compelled to respond in order to restore deterrence, while others believe both sides may attempt to avoid a full-scale war. The situation remains highly volatile. Economic implications are also beginning to emerge. According to market observers, rising tensions in the region are already impacting global oil markets, with prices reacting to fears of disruption in key supply routes. Analysts warn that continued escalation could have far-reaching consequences beyond the immediate conflict zone. The competing narratives themselves are also part of the strategy. According to analysts, Iran benefits from projecting strength and success, reinforcing deterrence and influence across the region. Israel, on the other hand, seeks to maintain confidence in its defense systems and prevent panic among its population. Each version of events serves a strategic purpose. International pressure for de-escalation is growing. According to diplomatic sources, multiple countries are urging restraint, warning that further escalation could destabilize the region. Whether those calls will have an effect remains uncertain as both sides assess their next moves. Iran claims a precise and successful strike that demonstrated its ability to hit strategic targets deep inside Israel. Israel insists the attack was largely intercepted and that its critical systems remain intact. Between those two narratives lies a complex and uncertain reality that continues to unfold. Some experts warn that incidents like this can easily spiral into a broader conflict, while others believe both sides may attempt to contain the escalation and avoid crossing a critical threshold. What is clear is that this event has already become one of the most dramatic moments in the ongoing tensions between Iran and Israel. The world watches closely as new information emerges and as both sides weigh their next steps. Whether this escalation continues or begins to stabilize remains uncertain. Stay tuned for further updates as this developing story continues to reshape the geopolitical landscape of the region.